Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 musicians who turned down crazy deals. For this list, we're looking at popular musicians and bands who turned their backs on extremely lucrative offers. Let us know what you would have said to these deals in the comments. Number 10. Ja Rule. In 2017, Ja Rule made headlines for his role in the disastrous Fyre Festival, which definitely left a dent in his reputation. However, this entry is about a much earlier decision he may regret.
Let's go! Menage!
The popular rapper had a minor film role in 2001's The Fast and the Furious, for which he was reportedly paid $15,000. When it came time for the sequel, Too Fast, Too Furious, he was offered the role of Tej Parker and would have been paid $500,000. But according to director John Singleton, Ja Rule thought he was too big for the sequel and declined.
Wait a second. Why don't I just find y'all a fourth and we settle this on the streets, huh?
Bring him on.
Anybody I want.
He was replaced by Ludacris. Given the numerous sequels, Ja Rule likely turned down a lot more than $500,000.
I see you about your money, homie.
Number 9. Lady Gaga. Gaga was at the peak of her fame in the early 2010s, riding high on the success of her debut and sophomore albums The Fame and Born This Way. In 2012, she was reportedly courted by the American Action Network to perform at the 2012 Republican National Convention. The advocacy group wanted to offer her $1 million and donate $150,000 to a domestic violence shelter in return. However, Gaga presumably turned the offer down. No surprise considering her own political views and more liberal fan base. Journey and Lynyrd Skynyrd took her place. The RNC distanced themselves from the idea, stating that it had been all the American Action Networks. Number 8. NLE Choppa. After the video for this rapper's first single, Shot of Flow, went viral in 2019, major record labels saw green. They embarked on a bidding war that went as high as $3 million. However, Choppa turned down the multi-million-dollar offers, choosing instead to keep his master recordings and sign with a private distributor called United Masters. It was through this label that Choppa released his debut EP, Cottonwood, in December 2019. However, Choppa has since partnered with Warner Records, who released his single Walk 'Em Down with Roddy Ricch. Number 7. Chance the Rapper. Here's another rapper who loves his creative freedom. Chance has made a name for himself thanks to his popular mixtapes, including Acid Rap and Coloring Book, which won the Best Rap Album award at the 2017 Grammys. Chance has repeatedly denied the chance to sign with a major record label, preferring his autonomy over conforming to a stringent record deal. The exact amounts are not known, but one can safely assume that Chance has been offered some big bucks, especially with 3 Grammys under his belt. Even his debut album, The Big Day, was entirely self-produced and self-released, albeit to a rather negative reception. Number 6. The Smiths. When the Smiths released their last album in 1987, they'd actually already broken up due to the continued animosity between vocalist Morrissey and guitarist Johnny Marr. However, that doesn't mean that fans gave up on the possibility of a reunion, even decades later. Despite Morrissey's steadfast and vocal opposition to the idea in interviews, Coachella was keen enough to offer the band $5 million to reunite and perform. The band obviously turned the lucrative offer down, with Morrissey saying, quote, "Money doesn't come into it." Easy for the man worth $50 million to say. Number 5. Slash. Guns N' Roses was one of the biggest rock bands of the 80s and 90s, thanks to the multi-platinum albums Appetite for Destruction, GNR Lies, and Use Your Illusion. Axl Rose knew how big they could be and reportedly turned down an early offer of $50,000 to leave and joined another band instead. Decades later, Slash was declining money to return to the band, and a lot more than $50,000. Slash told GQ that he had repeatedly declined excessive 7-8-digit kinds of offers to reunite with Guns N' Roses. However, it seems like Slash eventually came around, as he officially rejoined the band in 2016 to embark on the ironically named Not in This Lifetime tour. Number 4. Rihanna, Cardi B, and Jay-Z. Maroon 5's performance at the Super Bowl 53 halftime show received largely negative reviews, with critics arguing that the NFL was playing things too safe. At the time, the NFL was in the middle of a controversy involving player Colin Kaepernick, who famously kneeled during national anthems to protest police brutality and racial inequality. Numerous musicians turned down the offer to perform at that year's Super Bowl, including Rihanna, Cardi B, and Jay-Z. They declined the offer as a show of solidarity, with Rihanna saying, "I just couldn't be a sellout. I couldn't be an enabler." Number 3. The Doors. Jim Morrison was adamant that the Doors' music would not be used in advertisements. For him, it was a principle of artistic integrity to not sell out for a quick buck. The story goes that back in 1967, the Doors were offered $75,000 by Buick to use Light My Fire in an Opel commercial. Morrison vehemently declined. Even now, decades after his death, the surviving members of the Doors fight over the commercial use of their music. Drummer John Densmore has tried to keep Morrison's artistic integrity alive, and it's estimated that the band has declined nearly $20 million in deals. Number 2. Franz Ferdinand. This indie rock band was especially big in 2004, winning the Mercury Prize and earning the top spot on the Village Voice's famous Paz and Jop poll with their single Take Me Out. At the height of their musical power a couple of years later, the band was approached by an unnamed company who wanted to use their music for an ad campaign. They were willing to spend $50 million on the campaign, with a non-insubstantial portion going to the band. It was also estimated that the campaign would quadruple the sales of their album You Could Have It So Much Better. However, Franz Ferdinand turned the mystery company down, stating, "We had to surrender all of our identity and integrity to this product."
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. The Beatles. This band was a worldwide phenomenon, so naturally Lorne Michaels offered them a whopping $3,000 to reunite on Saturday Night Live. We're just kidding. Lorne's offer was meant as a joke, and our actual number 1 involves a lot more money. Number 1. ABBA. This offer may sound like a joke, but it was anything but. ABBA was incredibly popular in the 70s, and they have remained relevant throughout the years thanks to their insanely catchy tunes, not to mention the success of Mamma Mia.
It used to be so nice, it used to be so good.
The play debuted on West End in 1999 to rave reviews and great success, and a consortium saw potential. They offered the band a frankly unbelievable $1 billion to reunite and tour for 100 shows across the world, or 250 according to Agnieszka Feltskog. And while Benny Andersson admits that it's a hell of a lot of money to say no to, the band decided against it. Sometimes you just have to let your legacy speak for itself.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.